Hello?
Hey, it's me.
You.
Hi. So, listen, will you do me a big favor? Debbie wants us to come over and have dinner tonight. She thinks Pete is cheating on her.
Really?
Yeah. Well, she saw one of his emails, and
Oh, man.
there's an address. Ugh.
That sounds terrible. I don't want to do that.
Ben, come on.
He's not cheating on her.
How do you know?
I just know.
Are you sure?
I'm 100% sure he's not cheating.
Are you really?
No. It actually kind of makes sense that he would cheat.
Why?
Because Debbie's a pain in the ass and Pete's awesome.
Well, why don't you just come over then, and we'll just diffuse the situation a little.
She doesn't have a gun, does she?
No. I don't think so.
Carlos Delgado.
Excellent choice. Too bad I got him 3 rounds ago.
You're still on the clock.
Oh, shit!
You gotta do something. We need a name.
Hideki Matsui. You just took my whole outfield.
Sorry, Charlie.
What is this?
Debbie,
What the fuck is this?
it's our fantasy baseball draft. We said no wives.
Your fantasy what?
It's our draft. The fantasy baseball. I told you all about this. Got Matsui. Shit. Hey, Pete, don't let the door hit you in the vagina on the way out. I should have told you.
What else have you been lying about?
It's just that I know you've been mad because I've been working so much and I didn't want to upset you.
I wouldn't be mad. I don't get mad.
It's a fantasy baseball draft. I'm not cheating or anything.
Oh, this is worse.
How is this worse?
This is you wanting to be with your friends more than your family.
Look, the reason I make that up is because if I told you what I was really doing, you would just get mad. So you think I'm seeing a band, I do my fantasy draft, and it's win-win.
Well, what'd you do last Wednesday night when you said you went to see a band?
I went to the movies
With who?
by myself.
What'd you see?
Spider-Man 3,
Why do you want to go by yourself? Why didn't you ask me to go?
because I needed to get away, with work and you and the kids. Sometimes I just need some time to myself.
I need time for myself. I want time for myself, too. You're not the only one.
It's not that big of a deal.
I like Spider-Man.
Okay, so let's see Spider-Man 3 next week.
I don't want to go see it now. I don't want to have to ask you to ask me. I want you to just come up with it on your own.
What? I don't even know what to say. What do you want me to do?
You just think because you don't yell that you're not mean. But this is mean.
I'm not being mean. I'm being honest. You're telling me I need to be honest.
No, you're not. You're lying.
I'm doing it because I need to keep my sanity a little bit.
You know what? I don't want you at the house anymore. Okay?
Come on.
All right, well, we got the difference between men and women, all right? When a man probably goes looking for the woman to cheat, more than likely they're going to find that. But when a woman goes to see the man to cheat, and he's not cheating, you're going to see this. You're going to see a man just hanging around with his boys. And at this point, it was fantasy baseball draft, okay? Now, at that point, would you prefer the cheating than realizing that, like this clip had mentioned, he just doesn't want to be around this family? This is where it gets murky, okay? Because I've spoken about this before, that at the beginning, when my wife wanted time by herself, I didn't understand that at first when we were newlyweds, because I'm thinking in my head, well, we're married because we want to be around each other all the time, but that's not the case, okay? I finally figured out at some point, hey, to keep your sanity and still know who you are, you need to have that alone time. So that makes sense. Now, if Pete is doing this and not thinking about his wife also having alone time, because she said, I also want alone time. And as far as I know, he doesn't work. She's with the kids all the time, stay-at-home parent. She definitely needs time alone. So in this case, he's being very selfish, and he's taking advantage of using his job so he can hide the fact that he's just taking alone time. What else is happening here is there's no communication between both of them, especially with Pete. He just goes and does it and doesn't think twice about it. That's not the way to go, all right? You really need to consider your partner, especially when they're staying at home. You don't just go out on your own often. It seems like this is happening weekly. And if you don't want to spend that time with your partner, then that's definitely a conversation that needs to be had. And you may need to bring a referee, which is a psychiatrist or psychologist, whichever one it is, and you need to figure out what's going on. Because it can't be like this. If you continue to schedule time away from your family when you don't have to, then there's something wrong. And her, as the stay-at-home, she needs the time more, all right? But she doesn't even want that. When she heard that he went to a movie, she wanted him to take her. He even said, I like Spider-Man. So you really have to figure out what's going on with your marriage and your relationship. That's why they always say here, especially Jay, that communication is so important. Otherwise, you end up like this, finding your partner hidden in a baseball draft, a fantasy draft. That's kind of weak.
Now, usually women are better at snooping, and they usually have a better sense if their guy is cheating or not. But for this instance, one, just ask them straight out, are you cheating? You can tell on someone's body language, their eye contact, if they're lying or not. And if you confront them with it, they'll either be a lot more careful, they'll change their routine, or they'll get more sloppier with it. So either way, you'll know for a fact. Just come out and just bluntly just ask. And two, this is where the effective communication comes into play. Because if you're afraid to tell your partner that I need time alone, that's more of a you problem than your spouse problem. So if he's too afraid to say, I'm just going to have like a draft night with my guys, but if you know your wife is working or stay-at-home mom and she doesn't have time for herself because she's always around the kids, that is your job to stay home with the kids 1 or 2 nights where she can go and do something completely on her own, where she can relax and have her me time. Because this situation could have totally been avoided. And I say that a lot in videos. Like, if you just have a simple conversation, this situation would not even occur. Like, hey, I'm feeling this way. How are you feeling? How can we work this out? And how can it be beneficial for everyone involved? It's not that difficult. That's just from my point of view. You just don't have to lie to your spouse, because then you have to think about extra lies. And who wants to see Spider-Man 3? The best thing about that movie, it was the black suit. That was it. Other than that, that should have just been avoided. And I forget her full name. I think her last name is Mann. I love her in these type of movies because she's hilarious. But yeah, I like the part where she said, I like Spider-Man too, because I would do the same thing before. Like, I'll watch certain things, and then my wife was like, oh, I would have watched that too. So now I just ask every time, would you want to see this? So she can say yes or no. So therefore, I'm not like surprised, like, oh, I would have saw that, or I was interested in that. Because, like I said in other videos, my wife and I, we don't have the same taste in movies or TV shows. So now I just ask, so to give her the yay or nay.